Well, good afternoon, my YouTube friends. It's Margaret here from M.E.s Orchids, and we've had a gorgeous morning this morning, although it's clouded over now. Unfortunately, we're just going through another wintry spell, and so I'm up here in the orchid room, and you might wonder, what on earth is she doing here now? And I've got these vases, different shapes. This one's a nice round one, and I'd had a new saucepan, and of course some of them have got glass lids. And I just thought to myself, I said to Keith, "Oh, don't throw that glass lid away." I said, I can use that. And I get a raised eyebrow, of course. And but look at that. And there we go. So when I take that off, and if we look inside now, I've got these two cattleyas, which are Seagull's Gem. If you remember, this one here, that had the infested leaf, I think, with spider mite, and I did say I think that that leaf's maybe a goner, and then it's got this the other section of it there, and anyway. There's just some hydrogen balls down there. That one's just got a little bit of sphagnum moss to help it with the hydration, but this one hasn't got anything. And I just put the lid on, and it's like a little terrarium. So I'm really chuffed about that. And it sits down here on the shelf. It's no good putting it in bright sunlight because it'd get too hot in here. And the two of the dendrobiums in our bedroom, I noticed this morning with the heat coming through the window, well, I came into the orchid room and it was 30 degrees, and I thought, oh my goodness, 30 degrees. And then I looked at the humidity and it was only 38 humidity. So we go up here now, it's now 20 and the humidity's 51, so that's a little bit better. But I just wanted to show you a couple of things today. And it was quite surprising, really. These are the recent ones. Let me just put it down here and then I can just get hold of it a bit better. This is the, hold on, the label. Oh dear, goodness gracious. Oh yes, Berman's Null. Anyway. If you remember, this one I've recently mounted, and I did cut off those two leaves this morning, and I don't know whether you can, if I go in here, whether it's too close, whether you can see. But have you noticed the tips of those roots have now started to face downwards? I couldn't believe that. I just thought, well, you see that one just above my thumb here, when I'm pressing in now, that's still facing the way when I mounted them. But now those two there, the two longer ones, have started to face downwards towards the gravity of the bark. So I was absolutely fascinated with that. So I'll pick this other one up and show you this other one as well. Let's just put that one back there, and I'll pick this one up. And this is the epicat layer. Them right in the right light so you can see it. Sorry about that. A lot of traffic outside as well, and I don't know how far I can get in, whether I'm going to blur you, but that is doing exactly the same. That root, sorry, the end of that root, I started now to tilt downwards towards that moss. So nature's wonderful. Let's just put that back up here, and if I just pick this Maniliform up now, I don't know whether you're going to even see this because it's that small, I have brought the magnifying glass. Let's just see whether or not you can see it any better with the magnifying glass. There's a little tiny green shoot just coming off one of those canes, and now I'm not sure whether that's going to be a flower. It's about the right time of year. I mean, this should be in its winter rest, but I don't water it too often, but today I have gone round and watered them. So I'll be dead chuffed if that's going to develop into a flower. It has flowered for me, but they're only very, very tiny flowers on this manila form. Let's just put that back up there now. And you remember these two that are mounted on this bamboo little tray. I have to water these every day because they've got such tiny roots, but that's doing well. I'm quite chuffed about that one. I'm waiting to see signs of root activity, so I know that it's going to accept that that bamboo piece of wood. So that's just up there. I put that up there, and there's actually there's not much going on at all. If I just lift this big one up here, as you know, you've seen this many times before, and this is the coleogyny. But that second growth there, you see, that's the first one, and that's really not actually grown much at all. But then it sent this new growth out here at the back, and that's coming on great guns. So I don't know why the first one stalled, and then it sent out this second one. I've no idea. But it's been very, very cold. As I say before, I've said before, we're only single glazed, and the cold, the penetrating cold through the windows, some of the orchids I did pull back away. The blind's been closed, and because of the cold, the penetrating cold. Now let me just lift this one up on here. I don't usually tend to show this one very much, but let me just have a look. Oh, here we go. Just bear with me a minute. Now this is the only one I've got in what I class as waterculture, although really I don't do it semi, and I don't do it full waterculture. I just give it a drop of water now and again. And as you can see, I don't know if my finger's going to go down. We've got a new growth there coming off that root. We've got another one there, and if we go down here, you can see that one there. And if I turn around now, let's just have a look where that big root is. I might just have to tilt to see. Oh, I might just have to tilt. Oh, there. Can you just see them now? That new root there. I thought to myself, well, I don't know how that's going to manage, because the new root had come right down to here. But then they have this ability, and it's now sent the root going that way, which is absolutely marvellous. And this one, that's got a new root there, and of course that one might be one. Oh no, that's another one there. And let's have a look what she's called. This one's just called Pulsation, and I've just put her in this open vase with just some decorative gravel, and all I do with this one is just periodically either dribble some water down the side here, or just give her a little spray over there, and not too much at this time of the year, because they don't need too much. But she just sits over here now with the Let's just lift her up and put her over here. There we go. She just sits there, and so there's nothing really else. So I'm chomping at the bit at the moment because you know, it's been several months, I think, since I've had any new orchids, and I'm waiting to do a deal with Ed because he's going to let me have some of his orchids, but of course the weather's not good enough yet. And I went on one of the orchid sites yesterday, and you know, you look at their new ones and you just think, oh, look at that, oh, look at that, and you just kind of get withdrawal symptoms because you're desperate to have a new orchid. And really I've got to try and be patient because it's no good getting them while we've still got this cold spell on, and really, you know, we're just going past the middle of January, so we've got another 4 weeks before we're middle of February, so really it could be March before we can safely have a delivery. And you don't want, of course, your orchids to get stuck in transit, do you? And those are the two rescue foals there that are doing fine. So I just have to be satisfied with looking at the orchids I've got. Let me just pull this big one down here. I was checking some of the records yesterday, and this is Meltassia Royal Robe, and as you can see, I've got these lovely roots here. And I hadn't realised this also requires a winter rest, and I was quite surprised about that. So I shall just ease up on the watering a little bit. Not that I'm flooding them, I'm not flooding them at all, but you do forget, you know, when it comes to this time of the year, that some of them should actually be resting. So let's just take that back and put that back up there. And this is the Sedera japonica, and since I've elevated her up here, that inflorescence there seems to be elongating, so I'm really chuffed about that. The dendrobium there, she's got the buds on, but they've not opened yet. Well, I don't expect them to open actually, but you know, while we're going through this cold spell. So like I say, it's just we're in the betwixt and between at the moment. We have to wait for the weather to alter, so we can have the safe delivery of our orchids. And the nights are getting lighter. We're now 20 to 5 before it starts to go dark, so we all start to feel a lot happier. And I'll close now. So as I say, there's not much to update at the moment, and everything's ticking over. So I'll take my leave of you now. To those new subscribers, thank you for joining me. As I say, it's just a period at the moment where we have to just be patient. Spring is not too far away, only round the corner, but we just have to wait and be patient. So from me to you, enjoying your orchids. It's no good saying enjoy your gardens unless you live in the warmer climes, but take care, and we'll speak again soon. Bye now.